Hello viewers, Power here to review the Ultraman Trigger DX G.U.T.S Hyper Key Premium Ultraman Z Set. So this is the second premium Hyper Key set released via Premium Bandai. However, the first one labeled under the Premium line, which we will get to later. Obviously, the packaging is in the same design as the Tiga set, which we have a nice image of Z Original. Then here we have the Trigger logo. Obviously this box is a lot longer because it has one more key. And when we slip it out, obviously this is still nice quality. So as you can see from here, the box design is actually in resemblance to the toy line, which is pretty cool. So I really like that these boxes, or at least literally with these two, that they're a resemblance of the toy line. The Tiga is from a Ultra replica. Obviously we get the logo. Then the back, we get obviously all of Z's forms, just like Tiga. And again, as you can see, all the keys that it comes with. And first of all, just want to shout out to them that they literally stretched out the back of the access card back in. That's the background. It doesn't look great, but I at least like it. And then obviously you have the gimmick here, where you can insert the Z Original key. Then simply insert this back in, just so then you can display this with all 5 of Z's main keys. So let's take a look at this entire set. So here we have this colorful bunch of hyper keys. Obviously we will take a look at them one by one. So obviously here we have, if it wants to focus, Z Alpha Edge. As you can see, it's, I would say, oddly in this standard blue. It's a deeper blue than Sky type. Excuse me. But I don't know, it's just kind of weird to see a key in this blue. I guess because I'm so used to the dark color. And it's probably just because I don't really associate Alpha Edge with blue. But anyways, here we have the illustration of Alpha Edge. The mosaic illustration. He is U-05. You can see him using the space chucks, or I don't know what they're called. But there's like a obvious running theme with the Z illustrations. Then this one is B014. So this one actually follows after Z Original. So we have a lot to go through. So basically, you know, I didn't state this, but like, so obviously this is under the premium line, and you might be wondering like what's the difference, because Tiga was also premium, but it just doesn't have the premium text. Essentially, the premium line, they essentially increased the soundboard for more show accurate sounds and phrases. So now with these keys, they doubled the amount of modes. So obviously we have hyper key mode and sound mode, but now we got, I don't remember the first mode, and the second and the fourth mode is phrase mode. The second mode will essentially allow you to play, it's kind of like memorial mode to like broaden it. So obviously when we activate it, it's going to be standard.
Ultraman Z Alpha Edge.
But then when we switch it to the memorial mode, then we get Haruki saying his standard phrase for his standard pre-transformation phrase for Alpha Edge. And then when we press it again,
Ultraman Z Alpha Edge.
we get the activation, because that's how it was done in the show. Then when we hold it down, now we're back to sound mode. Now here, this is essentially the same, but it's more expanded upon. because we're at least going to get like the same three phrases of Haruki. I'm just going to state this so that I don't have to repeat this for every key. So basically, we're going to get, you know, the things Haruki will say during the transformation. And then we're going to get a BGM track. And then we will get the grunt, 2 finishers, and color timer. So, BGM track, each one has a different track. So obviously with Alpha Edge, because it's technically the primary form, this one has the opening. The TV size version. And then there's the grunt, and then here are 2 finishers. Then we get the same color timer sound. I'm only going to play the color timer once, obviously. I wanted to play all 4 of these at the same time, but then we're going to have to sit through a lot of things. So the last mode we're at is phrase mode. So all these phrases, or the phrases from Alpha Edge, Beta Smash, and Gamma Future are from episode 7 of Trigger, while Delta Rise Call has phrases from episode 8, aka has the least amount. So basically, just again going through a summary of this.
Nice to meet you. 私はウルトラマン Z。僕、真中健吾って言います。ウルトラマントリガーやってます。まさかまた違う次元のウルトラマンに会えるなんて。それは Z ライザーです。これを使って Z さんに変身するんですけど、壊れちゃったみたいで。
Basically, this selection of phrases are when Haruki initially meets Kengo and Akiko, or Haruki and Zet, obviously, and such. That's the selection of phrases that are within this key, and when we hold it, back to hyper key mode. So now you get the gist of that. So let's just quickly run through these keys, because, you know, this is too long already. So here is Beta Smash, or is that Beta Smash U-06. Then this is B015, as you can see from here, because, you know, Alpha Edge has the nunchucks, everyone else has weapons, so obviously, you know, Beta Smash can't be alone, so they just gave him the Z Lance arrow.
Ultraman Z, Beta Smash. Round mode.
I'm not gonna go through everything just because try to, you know, cut down time. So the BGM track for this one is Ultra Spiral, because of the fact that it played during this. The Zet was in this form. Gosh. So basically, Ultra Spiral is here because that song played when he was with Jiden Zero, and he was in this form. Again, I have to clarify, I have not watched either show.
しれない。
So the phrase selection here is actually Haruki attempting to transform with the Gut Spark ones.
ケントさん、秋田君がこれ作ってくれました。よし、行くぞ、アルキー。おっ、ご賞ください。我の名をウルトラマン Z。 ウルトラマン Z。 何するんだ、アルキー。おいったわかりました。さあ、痛いよ。すいません。
That's all you need. And here's Zet Gamma Future U-07. Now, obviously, Delta Rise Call. No, gosh darn. Gamma Future is pretty interesting because obviously they just show him doing the Gamma Illusion. As you can see, Tiga, Dinah, and Gaia behind him. Then he is B016, and I really like the purple they chose. I think it's supposed to be the same purple as the TDG key, but I think this is a smidge darker, or my eyes are deceiving me. But I really like this purple.
Ultraman Z Gamma Future。 変幻自在、神秘の光。 Ground Mode。 変幻自在。おっ、ウルトラマン Z。
And then this one I'm not really sure, but they just threw in the first ending with Gamma Future, which I think it fits.
ガンマイリュージョン。 Bgm Tracks。 Z さん、ハルキさん、変身できたんですね。秋田君のおかげです。
So the selection of phrases here is the battle, like the fight between, or the fight that Trigger and Zet have against, I don't know who, and then the final scene of episode 7.
おお、これがウルトラマントリガーなんだな。おー、行きましょう、トリガーアタック。ケンゴ君、いいっすね。はい。
Well, technically the first two scenes were the fight. They didn't have anything else, I guess. I guess they couldn't edit out that audio.
秋田君みたいな頼もしい相棒がいて。ハルキさん、温泉を打つ時のコツってありますか？コツ、はい、なんだろうな。こう、ケントーって気合い入れる感じですかね。これでガッツスパークレスを使ってメダルの力を引き出せるようになったんです。おお、マジっすか。やばかな、相棒、秋田だね。
Did I switch modes on this?
真っ赤に燃える。
Right now I'm just wasting time. So here we have Delta Rise Call, which I really like the base, the gold base that this is. We're technically already familiar with this base because of the the Trigger and Zet key, which was the Chinese campaign bonus. I'm pretty sure we were supposed to get it too, but they didn't supply it for us for some reason. Not us, but I mean like mainland, not mainland, but just, within Japan. As you can see, Delta Rise Call with the Belly Rock, U-08. And he is B017.
Ultraman Z Delta Rise Claw。 闇を飲み込め、黄金の嵐。 Ground Mode。 闇を飲み込め、おー、ウルトラマン Z。
And then obviously, most likely because of final episode reasons, the BGM for this key is Promise for the Future, the second ending.
出たくらっちゃった。ハルキさん、行きましょう。おっ。
And then the phrases, again, this one is just essentially a combination of all, I guess, Kengo and Haruki's interaction within episode 8.
秋田君が作ってくれた。これの出番っすね。 胸が恋しくなりました。何から何まであざます。あ、いやいや、俺を言うのはこっちです。僕にも最高の相棒がいて最高のチームがいるって気遣ってもらいました。そんなみんなのためにもウルトラマンとして頑張っていきたいと思います。春樹さん、行きましょう。おっす。
Again, this one has the least amount, which is weird. But yeah. So that's the gist of all the keys by themselves. Obviously, if you literally want to sit through everything, which I think I literally showed you everything, sadly, watch the demo. So let's use this within the G.U.T.S Spark Lens. Alright, so obviously within the hyper key mode, obviously these function like how they typically would.
Ultraman Z Alpha Edge.
That's if this thing actually wants to work. Gosh darn it. The demo, I'm gonna keep in all my struggling. There's no way I can cut around. Like, I could cut around that, but... I don't know why there's a delay. I don't remember if that was the case with me in my unboxing of this. Obviously, it says the form name because they all can't say Zetzium. And that's just the single transformation. Might as well just go through all of them in hyper gun mode because there's again a lot we have to cover.
Ultraman Z Beta Smash.
Wow, and actually focused. Gosh darn it.
Beta.
See, that's how it's supposed to go, but this one obviously because it has the Z Lance Arrow, you actually get the Z Lance Arrow sounds. Which I literally did not know.
Ultraman Z Gamma Future. Gamma.
Yep, you get the Gamma Illusion. Last but not least.
Ultraman Z Delta Rise Claw. Delta.
Obviously, just like Beta Smash, you actually get all three finishers of the Belly Rock. So now for the transformation. So there we get the transformation Alpha Edge. Obviously, there's a lot we have to talk about because now, with these 4 keys, you actually get the Zet, or not the Zet, gosh, the Zet Riser Hero Gate summoning sound right when you open this, which I feel makes it a lot more natural than just opening it and then just jumping straight to the standby. Obviously, you still get Zet commanding you to chant his name. And then obviously you get the additional Alpha Edge standby sound to go along with this standby. So obviously just like Glitter Tiga, they went completely comprehensive with all the finishers of these. So you essentially get a grunt, an attack, and a grunt, and an attack. And then, again, they parallel between those, at least 6. And then they'll go to, like, 2, like, grand final finishers and such. Then we have the fight sound. So that's actually pretty neat that they included all those like extra like Alpha Edge attacks and such, and the fact that they included the Z Riser finishers or weapon finishers is pretty cool. I apologize that I'm not doing this consistently, but there's gonna be a reason. I should probably actually state this too. Obviously, with the standby sounds, obviously they're very specific towards the fusions. So I really like how with like Beta Smash, it has the standby of like Taro's Rise and such, and like Alpha Edge, if I remember, I think has 7 sounds. I think. Leo, I apologize. So again, same finisher layout. Essentially, it's a mix of like, well, obviously it's like there's side finishers, weapon finishers, and then big finishers. I really wish they incorporated the entire thing, because they have the build up, but they don't have like the execution. So, whoops. Obviously, now we got Tiga sound. Yeah, surprising, Gama Future actually has the least amount of finishers. Like, it has its main 3, and then, like, Lightning Generate, which I understand why, because he was primarily in that form when he used that, but I guess they really couldn't pull anything much more out of it. Now we get 0 sounds. I hit this a bit too early. Now, obviously, again. That one they combined too, but that's just because, you know, that's what apparently happened in the episode. Because again, they're just pulling out audio from the show. Essentially here we get all the Belly Rock finishers. That's all it's for Delta Rise Claw. I think it's pretty good, but I feel like they're missing the main finisher, which I don't. It's not the Zetzium Overdrive, because that's Sigma Brester's finisher. I'm pretty sure he did do his main like non-weapon finisher with Delta Rise Claw. But anyways, another thing you can actually do with all of these keys is that if you actually hold the button down, you can play the music, the BGM track. And if you want to turn it off, just simply hold it back. So now, speaking of the BGM track, when we switch it to the second mode,
Ultraman Z Alpha Edge.
obviously we just insert it like normal.
Alpha.
Now, obviously, we're gonna realize differences when we, you know, open it. Turning this off because I need to explain a lot. So basically, as you can tell, you know, in this mode, essentially, it will actually play Haruki's lines just like how it happened in the show. As you can tell, just like in the show, when he transformed into Alpha Edge, the moment he opened it, he said that's where he said his like pre-transformation phrase, and then he would do, you know, they will like the two items will go back and forth and such, which is pretty neat. And obviously, as you can tell, this one actually automatically plays the BGM track right away, to which you can actually have, you know, not interactivity, but you can have overlapping with the BGM track. So when I press the button, it will actually still continue to play the sounds. as you can tell from this. Obviously, I think when you close it, it'll just cancel it too. I think for the sake of time, I'm only going to show it with this key. So again, if you want to see these three keys, if it actually wants to focus, if you actually want to see the like memorial mode with these, actually, I will actually show Delta Rise calls because I need to talk about this. Obviously, so basically, how Haruki, if you remember how Haruki form changed, obviously, you know, he said his phrase and then activated it. This set is the reason why I've been showing the hyper keys within the Spark Ones mode, because it actually knows. It actually knows which, like, it actually makes a subtle difference whether or not it was closed or open, because obviously when it was opened, as it's pressing the one pin, it knows that, you know, it's already open, so it doesn't need to repeat Haruki's like pre-transformation phrase, which I really appreciate that. Was it worth having to show that to the other keys? No, but you know what? You know, because again, it's like, you know, gotta show off every possibility with these things. So yeah, let's get circle arms. Here we go, it's circle arms. Yeah, because clearly these look like nunchucks. Obviously it's just going to say both forms, because I guess because it was going to be repetitive if it said Zetzium. This is not how I do it. Again, with this one, there goes the Dark Gears. There might be delay for some reason. Like, I don't get it. Come on. I want to pick up Dark Aqua Ranger, or Dark Go Ranger, and it just falls through the crack again. But, so now at least Delta Rise Claw. Wait, I think this was supposed to have the claw. Man. Man, I knew I messed up somewhere. But yeah, overall, man, again, like, there's just so much with this set. I don't think I did a good job at explaining. Or obviously I obviously didn't do a good job. When do I? But basically, I hope that covers, I guess, the basics of this set. again, to actually sit through everything, watch the demo that should be out the week after this. Well, my thoughts overall on this is like I think it's pretty decent. For what it for what we would expect out of like again a memorialized version of these keys. Like especially it's just like you know you might as well take the advantage of like Bandai was just like okay like we might as well take advantage of this being our first Ultraman gimmick that has sounds, so let's go all out with it. And they did all right. I think with this, it just kind of makes sense because it's like Zet has already done a memorial thing, which I should probably say that thing's in review limbo, so don't expect that for like the next 2 or 3 years. But it's like the thing is that Zet has already done a memorial item, so it's like of course they can like just easily pull off of that. But honestly, in my opinion, I think this set actually does what I kind of wanted to get out of the Zet Riser Memorial Edition, because I honestly felt like that thing, yes, has phrases, yeah, and like music, and like specific modes. But that's kind of the thing, though. It's just like it's like cool. You got the phrases, but you don't have like the finishers and whatnot. So I'm glad that this set it does, and like for what they pack in for each key, it's pretty cool. Because if you didn't know what essentially why this set is a lot more expensive is because they had to push the prices up for these keys in order to achieve what they wanted. Because I think this literally I think they said they pushed the price up by 300 yen. So now each of these keys are like individually $13 and such, which like okay like basically like I do really like the content they threw into here. I guess this is where my gripes of this set come in. It's just the memorializing of it is like I'm not too big on, because while with what I think it literally was the Zet Riser for Ultraman, at least was the first thing. Like with the Zet Riser taking its phrases straight out of the show, I was like, alright, I guess this is fine. Like, you did pay a lot for it. And again, it's 231 phrases. So it's just like, okay, you know what? Great on you guys for like cleaning through the audio that Subaraya provided for you guys. But I don't know. Here, and then from what we're going to cover later, it's just like, I don't know. It just something like I didn't really feel like this with this set, but it's just like I don't know. It's just kind of like there's just something so disingenuous about like not actually bringing back the actors to re-record these lines, because now it just feels like they're just trying to pander. They're trying to pander the amount of like stuff that are in these keys. Like again, with this set in particular, I'm fine with it just because it's like it's actually kind of nice that you know, like you have the memorial Zet Riser that has literally the entirety of the show. So it makes sense to do this to follow up with that. And also, like I guess another thing I forgot to go on. I'm happy with the tracks they have here because again, these three have not been released in any other toy. Obviously, this one was in the Memorial Zet Riser. It would have been nice to have the Bgm tracks for each of these forms, But then again, the Memorial Z Riser has like three of those for some reason. 3 of each track. For some reason. I don't get it. But, again, that's like another thing I like. Because again, I love the fact that now I can listen to Promise for the Future in a toy. But here goes. Here we loop back to my gripe. The compression of the songs are atrocious, especially for Connect to the Future. I literally cannot believe that was acceptable. Like the vocals are so compressed. Well, Ultra Spiral and Connect to the Future suffer from compression. Like their vocals are non-audible. Obviously, like Zet's opening is fine, and then Promise for the Future is in between. It essentially kind of spikes. It's in a wave. I'm like, okay, this is where compression took it, and this is where like you can act. It's like audible. Like sometimes, or not sometimes, but I do I'm kind of like, cause like with this being premium, like you would kind of expect like, oh I don't know, cause it's just like especially. Like, I don't even know if this was a thing they pointed out, but like, I don't know. I guess you would kind of expect a better speaker quality. Because it's just like, I don't know. Like, it's like, cool, you guys added this, but it's just like, but they're so compressed. I honestly don't know why. Like, I don't think these, like, have a lot to do. And it's like, obviously, like, it's fine. Like, I think the compression, like, it's at least, like, the compression isn't, like, so bad. And, I'm not as technically, I don't have the technical knowledge of, like, how much it was compressed and such, but I will have to say that's, like, I guess my biggest gripe with the addition of the BGM tracks is just the compression. like, I'm at least kind of glad that they only have the one track, because it's just like, imagine if they had like 3 tracks. I want to know how horrible compression will be. But yeah, finding this in the aftermarket, you didn't pre-order it, you're gonna have to pay double the price as the Tiga set because it is premium, or because of the premiumism that it has. And just because, again, it's Zet, so it's very sought after. But, like, overall, for the first, hyperkey set within the premium subline of the premium Guts hyperkeys, because, again, I'm pretty sure the Tiga set's the only non-premium set, I think it's a good start. Especially because these are keys that appeared in the show, so obviously you need to fill your gaps somehow. So I recommend it. Like, obviously I haven't watched either show, but it's just like, I guess if you're not like me and get like kind of annoyed at the audio editing, then it's fine. Because again, it's just like, I guess going back to the phrases, it's just like you can easily tell they just took the audio. They took like the audio from the mics from the actors and just threw it in, because like you can hear this buzzing, and then you can hear like very obvious fade out, and it's so annoying. But at the same time, it helped me out in the demo, so then I knew to move on. And I like that. I think it is unique that they spread the phrases out between all 4 of these keys, because obviously it makes sense. You would not stuff like 20 phrases into these things, because they already have to hold so much. But yeah, again, the audio editing is not as bad as the VS Memorial set. But even with that set, like, I'll still claim that set to be the worst out of just simply taking audio from the show, because Toei didn't even provide them, like, I think Toei literally provided them the final version to Bandai and not like the pre-edited version of the audio and such, which is baffling. But at the same time, though, Bandai bothered to get the actors back to re-record the lines. So I don't know why. That's why I declared the VS Memorial set to be the worst with that. Because they did both for some reason. At least with Ultraman, they're consistent. They just simply take the audio from the show. Tsuburaya gives them the non-finished version, so then we don't hear, like, the explosions, or like, like the scene of where, like, Kengo, or the one where Kengo, like, tries to, like, quiet down Haruki. You don't hear as much shuffling as, like, you would have if it was, like, the final version and such. So I at least appreciate Bandai for that. The Tsuburaya, or I appreciate Tsuburaya band. I don't know. Again, no one cares about this at this point. Like, just try to find it and such. I guess I can say this. I'm now not really looking forward to the next premium sets, because it's just like, man. That had to do with this review. This is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. I really hope I'm pretty sure this is nearly an hour. I gotta power through Trigger within 2 days. No, now it's technically a day, right?